Okay, so I personally said that I would not comment on the Dangote federal government buhaha. It seems like there is so much than being said. So I've stayed away and I'm not going to join any side. Dangote is not the friend of the masses, and even if he's crying foul now, there have been times he's been enjoying so much like Jess from this same cabal. How come it is now he recognized that there is local international cabal? So I've kept quiet. But this particular video from the Department of, I think the Department of something like DEMRAC or so, yeah, is going to make me now relook at that particular decisions, and not in the context that some of you are thinking. But I'll allow you to see the video first, then we'll come back and talk some more.
Well, just like you rightly asked, there are a lot of concerns about supply of petroleum products nationwide, and the claims by some media houses that we're trying to scuttle Dangote Refinery. That is not so. Dangote Refinery is still in the pre-commissioning stage. It has not been licensed yet. We haven't licensed them yet. They are still in pre-commissioning. I think they're about 45% completion rather. So we cannot rely heavily on one refinery to feed the nation, because the Dangote is requesting that we should suspend or stop all importation of petroleum products, especially AGO and jet fuel, and direct all marketers to the refinery. That is not good for the nation in terms of energy security, and that is not good for markets because of monopoly. So in terms of quality, currently the AGO quality in terms of sulfur is the lowest as far as West African requirement of 50 ppm. Dangote Refinery, as well as some modular refineries like Walter Smith's Refinery, RD Refinery, they produce between 650 to 1,200 ppm. So in terms of quality, their quality is much, much inferior to the imported quality.
Okay, so for context sake, and so that I can carry everybody along, we can bring up everybody up to speed on the conversation. You should have heard before now, in one of those meetings or one of those media propaganda where they have tried to say that Dangote Refinery was going to start last year, sometime in February. At a later point, said December. It was December we were all waiting for. It was reported that over $1 billion, I think $1.036 billion, were borrowed for the NNPC to acquire a 20% stake in the Dangote Refinery, right? And that news was reported, and then at that point it showed that NNPC, that is now a private limited liability company, had a 20% stake, right? It means that Nigeria had a 20% stake, as it were, by way of public acquisition, right? In that particular, in that particular refinery. As I talk to you, right, the new information that came out this week after the back and forth with is going to start working and all that, is that we only, when I mean we, I'm talking about NNPC, only have a 7.2% stake. And why? The why is because the remaining part of the money, because it was reported at now look at it, $1.036 billion was borrowed as loan that we are paying back as a country for NNPC to own a 20% stake or acquire a 20% stake in Dangote Refinery. Now Dangote is saying that we could only acquire 7.2% because the remaining part of the money that was supposed to pay in June 2024 wasn't paid. But then the loan has been taken. The acquisition was reportedly done, but right now the balance wasn't given. So what we are not aware of right now, this is first, is that it was reported that the 1.036 was the acquisition of 20%. If we only now paid 7.3%, it means that less than $500 million were used to acquire that particular 7.2%, because by 10% you should have had 500. It means that far less than $400 million would have been used. Where is the balance? Over $600 million. As I talk to you now, a loan was taken, and then an acquisition was reportedly done. Right now, we are hearing that they only paid part of that acquisition, the other part wasn't paid. But that debt is on the Nigerian people. And then somebody sits somewhere and say, we are running a country. Did you hear? The refinery was not only commissioned, it was reported to commence refining crude oil in 3 months after it was commissioned, just before Muhammadu Buhari, the criminal, left office. As I talk to you now, you are hearing now that the refinery is less than 45% completed, and that the standard if there is no inspiration at all to thinking that the country would work. See, forget the stories you are hearing. Forget Kaba. I tell you, see, forget Kaba. No country will not get Kaba. There is no country anywhere that doesn't have Kaba. How come the Kaba in Nigeria are the one continually putting us in perpetual problem and bondage? You think when the country flourishes, Kaba will not benefit? They will benefit, of course. A country doing business. Even see, you've not heard that at the point where MTN came to this country, even it was beer parlor conversation, but it was almost like it was true, because there was a time we were doing 555*1* the recharge number. That ₦1 of every recharge was paid to then President Olusegun Obasanjo. Was that not progress that was benefiting from? What else are you talking about, Kaba? Go and read histories of this world. Go and read how first world countries develop. Some Kaba. So why is it that it's only in now Nigeria forget which way they kill the richest man for family. Now see the same country will get Kaba. We don't want the country to prepare. And then I'm not taking the issue of Kaba because I didn't vote for Kaba. If you know you cannot handle the Kaba and deal with the problems head on, then don't bother yourself coming to contest the election. Resign if you notice that they are too much. The same excuse we gave to Jonathan. The same excuse we gave to Buhari. Now we are giving the same excuse to Buhari because they are Kabas. And right now we are seeing right in our eyes, Yahoo and 419 is being done. Where is the over $600 million that was supposed to be used to balance the balance the acquisition of 20% stake? Where is it? How come, as I talk to you now, that the other balance has not been paid, and the other money we are servicing the loan? So several loans that we are servicing in this country. Oh God. That you got her. Now water. Because some are there now. Sometimes I should just think of this country. Anybody know any way where somebody will take disconnect from Nigeria? Just disconnect, totally disconnect, because the video again now made it really what is happening? How did we get into this kind of mess? How did I even come from this country? How? Who did I offend? When for once in 1 month we have repeated progress reports. How can a country that I'll catch you another time. I'm out of here. I cannot go wrong.